If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. Beyoncé is releasing her new album, Renaissance, on July 29th this year, so only in about a month. And this has been a long time coming. For Beyoncé to release a new album is something that fans have been wishing for the past 6 years. That's the time it's actually been since Lemonade dropped. In the meantime, she's been focused on other things like her family, of course, but also, doing a couple of movies, soundtracks, and stuff like that, just different projects. But we finally got the announcement for her new album called Renaissance, and in this video I'm gonna go over everything that you need to know about this new album. So let's jump straight into this. So the first time that this was announced was on June 16th, so a bit more than a week ago, and has been announced through the Twitter account of Tidal First, where they just posted a picture, a black picture that said Act 1 Renaissance, and in the caption for that photo it said Beyoncé Renaissance July 29th. So this is the official announcement that we got. People went crazy over this. And of course, it's saying Act 1 is directly implying that there is more coming. So, this is the first time they announced it. They even just clarified that there was even more coming in the future. So that is very exciting for the fans as well. It was then also posted in her bios on social media and stuff like that. But this was the announcement. Renaissance, the new album, coming July 29th. Then a couple of other, pieces of evidence emerged, but I wanted to focus on the single first because that helps us explain the other ones better. Because she released a new single only a couple of days ago on June 21st, so 3 days ago, called Break My Soul. And this is a pretty cool single, I'm not gonna lie. I like the track, I like the sample on there. I also like the message behind it, very uplifting. Just some, Beyoncé stuff that you're used to. If you haven't yet, make sure you go check out the single. Really catchy, you won't break my soul. That's all I'm saying. So, listen to the single, and on the streaming services we also of course got a cover for it, which is likely not going to be the final album cover. But what I did want to point out is that on the website on Beyonce.com we can also see the same cover, or she posted the Break My Soul cover, and it also says Renaissance right next to it. So there might be some connection between that cover and then Renaissance as well. I also like that's kind of a painting, and the Renaissance era is also closely related to the art that was produced during that time. So I like that she's making some connection right there. But as I said, what we can get from the single Break My Soul is that it's gonna be a dance record. That is kind of the main thing that we got from it, but it's also what we were expecting. It's very similar to a lot of the Beyoncé stuff she's done in the past, so I'm just happy about it. Let's keep moving because we also got a track list on Apple Music. Now, don't get too excited just yet. It's not actually a filled out track list, but y'all know how these Apple Music track lists work. We get the length of the album and the amount of tracks and stuff on there. So as we can see, the album is gonna have 16 tracks. We don't actually have the full runtime yet because only one track is filled in so far, which is Break My Soul, which is gonna be number 6 on the track list. But I think the amount of 16 tracks is quite a bit for Beyonce's standards of the past couple of releases, but I also think that for considering how long she's been gone, I think that is a pretty good length. And also what I do want to point out is that there is more to come, as it just says Act 1 Renaissance, so we might see some sort of series or some sort of installment going on here. Also, we get like a little bio of the Apple Music track list where it says Renaissance Beyoncé. The Queen has returned and she comes bearing an uplifting message of release. On Break My Soul, which samples Big Freedia as well, Beyoncé offers wall-to-wall affirmations atop a 4-on-the-floor house production. Extra stress? Get rid of it. Aimless anger? Let it go. You won't break my soul, she triumphantly proclaims on the hook, compelling all who listen to welcome that power into their lives and move accordingly. With this, the first glimpse of her upcoming album Renaissance, expect to find liberation on the dance floor when the full album arrives on July 29th. So again, doubling down on the dance floor type of music that she's making on here. In case you're wondering what the title Renaissance has to mean, she kind of clarified it in a 2021 interview with Harper's Bazaar, where she said, "With all the isolation and injustice over the past year, I think we are all ready to escape, travel, love, and laugh again. I feel a renaissance emerging, and I want to be part of nurturing that escape in any way possible." Now, of course, back then we didn't know about the album yet. She kind of just dropped the word renaissance right there. But in her words, it's her feeling of, over the past couple of 2 years, basically, with COVID, with all the injustice going on in the world, we've kind of just been very much stressed out, very much focused on negative things, and she wants to be a part of the quote-unquote renaissance of people emerging again and going out into the world and expressing themselves. So of course I like the message. How can you not like that message? But this is her definition behind the word renaissance. Now let's head over to Vogue real quick, because Vogue also plays an important part in this, because recently she's been the cover of British Vogue, and the editor-in-chief of British Vogue, who did the album cover with her, Edward Enninful, never heard of him before, but he was actually, the one that heard the record, well, one of the first ones that heard the record of the people that talk about it. And he had a couple of things to say about this, because it's also very interesting to hear what he says before hearing the album and then kind of, affirming all the stuff he's been saying after it drops. So he said, and he describes it as soaring vocals and fierce beats that transported him back to the clubs of his youth in the late 80s and 90s. He also said, expect parallel notes of retro-futurism in music that will unite so many on the dance floor, music that touches your soul. So basically what Beyoncé has always done, and I like that she's still doing it. Let's also quickly talk about the date that she's announced this album, which was June 21st, because that definitely has a meaning. First of all, it's the start of summer, like, just astrologically or whatever, it's the start of the summer on June 21st. Also, on June 20th, 2003, she released Dangerously in Love, so her debut album. So again, another, coincidence, or not a coincidence, but a wanted coincidence right there. And it is the 4-year anniversary of Everything Is Love, her joint album with Jay-Z, which dropped way back in 2018. I still remember listening to that. I can't believe it's been 4 years. But there's even more meaning behind the date that she's announced this album. So this is everything you need to know about the record. Just kind of, summarizing it. It's been 6 years since Lemonade. She's announced this thing on Tidal. There's going to be more. It's just Act 1, this Renaissance album. We have a single, Break My Soul. We have an Apple Music track list. It's going to be 16 tracks with more to come. We have the information that is going to be mostly dance floor music. We have her definition of Renaissance. We have someone who already listened to the album, the editor-in-chief of British Vogue, giving us a glimpse into what we're going to get, and also the meaning behind the dates. So this is everything you need to know about this record. Now I want to know, are you excited for this? How long you been waiting? What's your expectations for this? Who do you want to see on this record? What is your just vision for this thing after, kind of imagining it yourself for 6 years now? All of your thoughts, theories, and opinions on this, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and you'll take care.